I'd like to talk about what you actually see after you have applied a conventional chemical insecticide. As you may recall, there are three different ways that these products work: contact, ingestion, and biochemical. So if you go and look after an application of a knockdown contact type of material, you'll see a lot of dead insects, and hopefully you will see very few live insects because they work very, very quickly, within minutes to several hours. Ingestion materials have to be consumed, and therefore it can take several hours to, in some cases, several days for the product to actually work. So you will see some live and some dead insects probably within 4 or 5 hours of the application. And then finally, the metabolic. This is really like the insect growth regulators, which have an impact on the molting process. So the insect has to come into contact or consume the product, and then it must go through a molt for it to work. And in this case, it can take hours to several days. Compare that now to entrapment. Entrapment is a physical mode of action, and as such, it basically works by uh, sticking the insect to the surface of the leaf. And what happens is the insect normally will die from either suffocation or desiccation. And this can take several hours, depending upon the relative humidity. This can take several hours to several days. We also know that we have control by clogging the mouth parts. And this can take 3 or 4 days for it to actually happen. So you may see insects that are walking around, but they're not feeding because they don't have the ability to suck the juices out of the plant. And eventually, these insects will die from starvation. And then finally, we also have the opportunity to have rehydration of drops, which starts the whole process again. So it's not uncommon. In fact, what we usually advise people that are looking at the activity of entrapment to go out 4 to 5 days after the application to really get the full impact of the application of entrapment.